Wilder is someone we should be asking for technical advice in the boxing ring. Are you shitting me right now? This guy has fucking videos out there of windmills, closing his eyes. I mean, it's pathetic, but you're going to talk about another man's flaws in the ring? Why don't you just get in the ring and fight him? Stop talking about it and actually do it. I'm going to tell you guys right now, prediction right now. Deontay Wilder fights Carlos Takam before he fights Anthony Joshua. Am I lying, Lee?
No, not at all.
Don't you see it coming? This man wants $7 million to fight White. Who's the heavyweight contender, Lee? White, also from the UK, one of Eddie Hearn's stable guys. That's probably why he's in the runnings for this fight. It's a double-end deal. But White, $7 million, what? For what? So how much is he and Al Heyman going to ask for in the Joshua fight if they're already at $7 million for one of his stable fighters?
Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Why would
told
you?
Deontay Wilder better be scared that Showtime doesn't side with the UK. And you see Deontay's already came out, people, and he's already starting to throw those little messages out there. Oh, why don't Americans support American fighters?
Yeah, because you're a shitty champion.
You don't fight anyone. Yeah, you act like a jackass, right?
I mean, there's a laundry list of why we don't like Deontay Wilder.
Anthony Joshua just comes out like a much better person in and out of the ring, just the way he holds himself.
No, I agree.
Except when he had sunglasses in the mosque. I'm sorry, that one I didn't understand, but whatever. I'll get past it. It's way less than what Deontay pulls all the time.
Today's news is brought to you by, I'm going to give a nod to...
Lee, we went 2 minutes? You're doing 2 minutes on the fight?
Dude, we did 15 on the fight.
Oh, what's wrong with my clock?
We've been on for 15.
Oh, yeah, there
52.
it is. Okay, there's the other one. What the hell?
You got lost in a time warp there, bro. We talked about
15:57.
Deontay and Anthony Joshua for a long time, considering that... Here's the problem with Anthony Joshua. He needs to fight a big fight again. Like, the fans in Europe aren't going to tolerate...
78,000, Lee.
No, I get that, but I don't think that they would have gotten 78,000 on Takam.
Lee, the first guy was Polev. You wouldn't have thought that either.
Polev's a better fight than Takam.
All right. I don't know, man. Those guys seem like they're in the same category to me. You got to remember, Carlos Takam's ranked number 3.
Dude, he's 3 feet shorter. 3 feet shorter.
He was only a couple.
Dude, he needed a ladder. The reason he caught him with the headbutt was because he was coming up.
That is going to be, we're going to see that a lot. Once Anthony Joshua, if Anthony Joshua gets to pass the first 3 or 4 contenders, you're going to see that a lot here in the near future. There's not too many heavyweights standing over 6'6". Anthony Joshua is somewhere in the range of 6'6", 6'7". That's a very big man for a heavyweight champion. He's going to, Lee, if you look at the champions of the past, Anthony Joshua would have been bigger than a lot of them. Except Lennox, and I still think Lennox Lewis is better than Anthony Joshua right now at where Joshua is. I wish the UK would stop with all those posts about, is Joshua already better than Lennox Lewis?
All right. I'm willing to go that far. I mean, at the end of the day, the reality is he looked a lot better in the late rounds, so he got more ring time. He went in against somebody who gave him a lot of rounds, which is good for him. He didn't look as flawed as he did in the Klitschko fight in the late rounds. He had great stamina going in, considering that he was throwing punches for 10 straight.
Yeah, and Lee, and I liked how he stood on the inside. He let Takam have his opportunity.
He was a tough guy. He didn't run away.
Smiling. He was smiling at the punches being landed. He was in there. He was in there. The guy had an opportunity. This wasn't a one-sided fight at all. I'm not saying I was jumping up and down in my seat, but I'm not. I was entertained.
You were waiting until the World Series started, just like me.
And Lee, let me tell you, that guy had a 90% knockout ratio or something. 12 days notice. The guy just got rocked by Klitschko. Everyone's questioning his chin. They picked this power puncher as a fill-in. There was some danger there. I was waiting for the punch that rocked Joshua. Didn't see it. So maybe it was the moment that Klitschko had with Joshua maybe his chin isn't as bad as people are already suspecting it is because of that one fight. So, no, it's like he said, move on forward to bigger things. The whole talk about the ref, it's all PBC. Paul Malignaggi was pushing it big on the Showtime telecast. That's a PBC connection. You have Deontay Wilder obviously saying the same damn thing. They don't want Joshua to be this big. People, let me tell you, Anthony Joshua is going to have all the negotiation power in this fight with Wilder, and this might be the reason why this fight does not get made. Wilder and Al Heyman, Al Heyman's blueprint is, wait it out, stay undefeated, and you'll get your money eventually, even if it's 7 years after anyone wants to see the fight. So this potentially is going to be the thing that sticks out in this one, and this thing doesn't get created. And that's why it might be better. If you look at the record of Bermain-Stervine, it might be better if, like you say, Lee, Stervine gets the upset next Saturday.
We'll get to that in just a minute because they had transcripts this week.
Joshua Stervine will get made. They would fight. Stervine only has, 1 or 2 defeats. It's not like he's some, a really big bum or anything like that. It's a decent fight. And then Wilder would have to fight Joshua. You see, right now, with both of them being undefeated, I really think that this thing, even though Showtime wants it, because Showtime's going to be so much on Joshua and Eddie Hearn's side, I see Al Heyman keeping Deontay away. That's why I say Takam versus Wilder is coming first.
I'm going to say it again. Eddie Hearn is God.
Hey, did you see what his response was to the $7 million offer for White?
No, I did not.
He said, yeah, and I want an 11-inch penis.
Nice.
It's not happening, Lee. It's
perfect.
Not happening.
Today, news is brought to you by pound4pound.com. Pound, P-O-U-N-D, 4, pound, P-O-U-N-D.com. Our friend Bill Trio's website. Go support it. Why? Well, based on the numbers I'm looking at, nobody uses this website to get their news. I'm just being honest. I like Bill. It's just,
why are you being hard on Bill this morning? What did he do?
I decided to use his website to get our news from, to give him a little plug.
Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. Yeah.
And that's mainly because I can push the Alexa button and see that nobody goes to his website.
There you go again.
I mean, I like Bill, but...
Let's go. What's this news?
By the way, I'm thinking we're going to start writing again. Everybody's going to have to write one update every week.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to start posting it on our Facebook page. We're going to turn it into the page. We're going to be the page. No blogs, none of that horse crap, none of the redirects. Just type in fightnetradio.com, go to the Facebook page, click like, click on the follow button, and put it at the top so you guys always get updates. We're going to start writing. I write, Andrew writes.
I could barely speak English correctly, Lee. You want me to write it?
Well, this is about as good as it gets, yeah. Well, I thought you were going to get us back on the magazine.
I know. Well, I'm waiting for the magazine to come back. It's all a process. It's all a process.
I am going to start writing again. It's going to happen. So the news is coming directly today from Bill's website. I do like to harass Bill because I've known Bill that long on both his day job and his evening job and his website. So I have been kind enough to give him press on almost every single one of my shows going back to radio because I like Bill.
Even if he doesn't want it, though?
Even if he doesn't want it. It's unwanted. I'm sure it's unwanted.
I'm sure it's unwanted.
But I digress.
Yeah.
Pound, 4pound.com. Go read Bill's blog. Keep up on the news. It's a pretty straightforward website. It doesn't have a lot of pop-ups. I'll give it, that's as much of a plug as I can give it.
I definitely hate the pop-ups, Lee. That's a good plug right there.
So let's talk about news. There is no news. All right, let's talk about Kovalev's new trainer. When asked about the personnel change, Kovalev's manager, Igis Klimas, replied, "I'm happy that Sergey found someone who he could train with, and I'm happy that Sergey is listening to somebody, which means a lot because I believe the trainer needs to have a respect for the fighter, and it can't be the other way. If the fighter goes to the trainer and tells him what he wants to do, he's not the trainer. The trainer needs to tell the fighter what should be done." That's hilarious.
Yeah, you know what that means, people? They're still trying to blame someone else for the loss. 2 losses now to Andre Ward, besides the fact that Kovalev just can't beat Andre Ward. No, it's not.
It's nice to have Andre Ward each and every week that HBO does a telecast where they can. Andre Ward just burying Kovalev still.
Well, that's what happens when you make racist remarks. You know, sometimes you can strike a fighter, Joe Frazier being another one. You kind of really never let the grudge go with Muhammad Ali, correct? When you take it to those certain levels, some fighters won't let it go, even though they beat you up one fight for 12 rounds and they knocked you out in the rematch. Still don't like you. And you still got people calling him racist. Who's the fighter? I think it was Badu Jack, who just says he feels like beating a racist person. Won't someone tell Kovalev to fight me? Yeah, he made some statement like that not too long ago.
Sean Porter versus Adrian Granados, training camps, former champion Showtime Sean Porter and hard-hitting contender Adrian Granados will look to steal the show in a 12-round welterweight elimination title belt Saturday, November 4th on Showtime from Barclays, the home of Brooklyn Boxing. The November 4th event presented by PBC is headlined by WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder in his rematch against Bermain Sturvine. Sean Porter had this to say: training camp has gone very well. We did most of our work here in Las Vegas as well as a little bit at the Wild Card in California. We're at the trail end of camp now. Every day is going to be exciting as we taper off and get ready for November 4th. Granados had this to say: I know I have a fan-friendly style. I make my opponents fight regardless if he bangs or boxes. Bringing exciting fights is what I'm known for, and it's going to be a fight of the night. Andrew,
look, I'm going to tell you,
it's not going to be fight of the night.
It's not going to be fight of the night.
Sean Porter's going to knock him the F out.
That's fucking right. Yes, sir. I'll say it for you, Lee.
I have been look, for those of you who follow the show, I'm going to say this right out of the gate. I have been on Showtime Sean Porter's jock since day one. He's the cream of the crop at PBC. No doubt.
Well, no, he brings it every fight. What's the disadvantage here is Granados was out of his weight class at 140 at junior welterweight. They're actually having this fight at the welterweight division. This kid, I told you guys when he fought Broner, this young man looks like he's a lightweight at biggest, right? At his biggest, he should be a lightweight. What are they doing at welterweights now? This is a case of either he's chasing the money or the people behind him are putting him in a bad situation, chasing their own money through him. Whatever it is, I feel sorry for Granados. Yeah, I got Sean Porter knocking him out. I do not see him going the distance. He is way too small. He does not have the power to keep an athletic fighter like Sean Porter off of you. Sean Porter is a fire plug for 12 rounds. He will be throwing punches on you. Porter, easy.
Kovalev versus Shabrinsky is now for the WBO light heavyweight world title. The World Boxing Organization today voted unanimously to sanction the upcoming battle at MSG on Saturday, November 25th, between the former unified light heavyweight world champion Sergey the Crusher Kovalev and Vasily Lionheart Shabaruski Shabadaba Ding Dong for the WBO light heavyweight world title.
Shabadaba Ding Dong. That'd be great if Jim Lampley said that just one time.
Yeah, wouldn't it? They have no sense of humor on that show. None. We're going to read the company line on HBO. Whatever.
Fucking Shabba.
They're never going to call me, are they? I'm not going to get that call up to do a play-by-play for HBO. Let's talk about Lampley for a minute because it's not in the reports. This past week, Jim Lampley was cornered a couple of times and was asked about Mayweather-McGregor because Mayweather had gone back into the gym. Jim Lampley responded. Jim Lampley responded by saying Mayweather tanked 3 rounds. He threw the fight so that he could have a rematch.
And Lee, once again, I know I always tell you this is why they listen. This is why. Didn't you tell them that 3 months ago? Yeah. Come on, Jim. You're so.
But way to go, Jim. And by the way, Jim Lampley,
right?
Thanks for listening to Fight Net Radio.
Hey, come on, you guys.
No way Lampley watched that fight. No way. Jim Lampley, I'm looking you up on iTunes. You listen to the show. I know the truth. or at least one of the people on your show who gathers
On
information.
your team, yeah.
Yes, one of his, what are the runners or producers? And by the way, when I had shows that big, I had producers. I didn't know